Mega Podcast 2000.
Hey there, hi there. Welcome to the show's Mega Podcast 2K, the hottest pod in Atlanta, Georgia. My name's Seth. I'm sitting across from Dana. We're in the new stew. Or we're in the same stew, different setup. We're experimenting. I'm on a new computer. I pray to sweet God that this works.
Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby
As
Jesus.
Luke Cage, every time he would see sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And that Kanye track.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Jesus. Rest in peace, Kanye's career. Hey, once again,
Just done.
just a reminder.
You see what Adidas is trying to figure out what to do with all the stock? Either give it away
I think
to
they're
people.
going to burn it.
Well, they said burn it.
Yeah.
Give it away to people that actually need the shoe, like third world countries, people that actually need shoes. I forgot. There was another option. It was like 3 options they had.
Recycle them or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't see them giving it away. I mean, that would
It would hurt their
devalue them. Their brand.
profit. Yeah, they
Yeah.
would lose. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard. Yeah.
And it's
Tough
crazy
decision.
because people are like, yeah, see the power of Kanye? It's like, yes, but also the guy threw away his whole career. I mean, he was successful.
Yeah, threw it away.
So it's like, yeah, it's a flex, I guess,
Yeah.
that you ruined Adidas profits, but
Where's that coming out
where
of
are
your
you
pocket
at?
too?
Yeah, like,
You know?
yeah, you were totally successful and you blew it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So how's your week going?
it's going well. Chilling. The Oscars were Sunday. That's a big deal, as well as the Last of Us season finale.
For some of us.
Well, we are a TV movie.
This is true.
Reviewing podcast.
I
so.
review the Oscars. I'm the after review. I wait for you to come on to review.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'll give a review of my review. Okay.
Like I said, I watched keynotes. You know, I never watch the full Oscars. I always go to like highlights.
Highlights. Yeah.
That's all I do.
Which I do for 90% of things.
Yeah. So technically, I didn't watch it, but I did review the highlights.
Which to me, that's why the Grammys are like the Billboard Awards now, because it's just, we got to make this as entertaining as possible.
Right.
Because the Oscars are way too long, but it's just kind of, it is what it is.
And once I saw Jimmy Kimmel was a host, I was definitely not watching it. So
People hate that guy. Let's just get right into it then. What about you, by the way? Sorry, I hit the button.
it's all good.
What did you do this week? A whole
Just
segment.
continue a flex.
What's that?
I just continue to flex.
Just continue to flex.
Just get into the.
You released a video.
Well, yeah. Did we talk about that last part?
You didn't release it yet, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, you're right. Good memory.
Yeah.
I thought we did.
Well, I edit the podcast, so each episode gets burned into my brain by the time.
Yes. So I did release a music video. I think I released it on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I did 2 days after the pod? Yeah, no, a day after the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went out. It came out very well. Still shout out to Patrick Rogers, my guy.
You got a lot of reposts.
My soul brother for life.
Soul brother.
Yeah, soul brother #1. You know, if y'all watched Barry Gore's Last Dragon, you would get that. Like I told y'all, if you did your homework, you would know what that's about.
Show enough.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of support. You know, it's the best type of support when people repost your stuff. You don't ask, so that's always amazing. A lot of plays went up on iTunes. That was good. A lot of feedback from the music video.
Hell yeah.
So it was tight. It was a wonderful experience. Can't wait for the next one, We're already working on the next album. Great Dane, watch out, dropping 420.
You dropping 420. Damn,
Yeah.
you got about a month.
Yeah.
About a month.
Yeah.
All right. It's a great day, 420. Mm-hmm. Why 420?
Because it's record day.
Oh,
and SBs usually
okay.
come out with a new sneaker for 420. So it's just a good month.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually it's my first month of buying sneakers into the new year too.
Yeah.
I'll always wait until 420 to start like knocking off my list.
Yeah.
I have like a little GOAT list on GOAT, of course. Like my grails that I need to capture.
Okay.
So I usually start trying to knock off, unless like right now they have these SB Jordans. I'm sure you've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Look like the 4s.
Yeah.
Supposedly Nike SB sold their souls to the NBA.
Really?
Supposedly that's what's going down in the Nike SB Underground, because they've signed a contract to do a couple of Nike SBs with NBA. So I don't know if I don't want to hit the snitching button on them yet, or selling out. I don't know. I know you would classify that as them doing
I've
that.
been thinking that somebody in this room is selling out.
That sample was, I had to redo it just to get it over onto this
This
computer.
is a disclaimer. Though we do hit the sellout button, Mega Podcast is also willing to sell our souls to the devil for any type of promotion for Hulu, Nike SBs. Hulu doesn't have live TV, but it also have live sports.
Apple TV.
So whenever you know that we hit this disclaimer, hit that button, I have to read this disclaimer, because we're
I agree.
not we're not going to be
Hello?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Come on, like, let's be real.
Hello?
So yeah, I guess some people are mad about that shit, of course, because you can see the first shoe that's dropped, that's a Jordan basketball shoe that's already got a resale for like $2,000 on it right now.
God damn.
So like a lot of course, OGs and purists are like, fuck Nike SB, this is the end, the demise, which they might be right. Because it is a skateboarding shoe, and it is a skateboarding company.
We might fall out of favor for a while, but it'll
but they're
loop back
bringing in
around.
a whole demographic. You know what they're doing. They're capitalists at heart. They're trying to bring in the sneakerheads, the other sneakerheads from the NBA game.
Well, Jordans. I mean, the people who go buy Jordans are a completely different, creature than people who buy
Nike.
Almost any other shoe.
Right.
They're just Jordan heads. They kind of started the whole thing.
Right. So I think they're trying to pay it back forward.
Yeah.
Because a lot of skateboarders watch basketball. And,
Oh yeah. Eric Costin, big Lakers guy.
So other than that, everything's good. So
good.
Rolling in.
Just flexing for life. Also, we got a green screen square in the background that I painted. So it might work. It'll work in some capacity. It might be a little janky. I think it will be. Sure. All right, let's get right into it. We have the Oscars. The Oscars were really good this year. Dana did not watch.
I watched the highlights like I discussed in earlier. We just talked about.
I
watched the
had
highlights.
auto tune on.
That's it. Oh, I couldn't tell.
Well,
usually you have the delay, so at least it's something different this time.
Yeah, guys, sorry. The first
Was
10
it on
minutes,
both of us? Or
I'm
you?
auto tuned. No, just me.
All right, good.
I was like, why do I sound weird? Sorry, everybody. I was auto tuned. Luckily, you were talking about Nike SBs. I was saying, yeah.
High quality information.
In the key of A. Oscars were great this year. It was reminiscent of 2019. I think Top Gun, Avatar, and then of course Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Took in some stuff, yeah.
No, but like brought other viewers in who normally wouldn't watch, because last year it was a very weak year. It was horrible. Like just boring movie. I mean, it was the COVID year, so it was very difficult to make movies. Some movies got delayed, so they were coming out like Babylon. They were coming out this year, so just a better roster. So it kind of shows you how the movies have to be good if you want people to watch the Oscars. So people aren't just gonna watch for the stars. They're gonna also kind of it's like watching a sports game or something. You're going to root for certain things. And also you have like Brendan Fraser, comeback year. It was reminiscent of, what's his name? Birdman, Michael Keaton when he made his comeback.
Good. Birdman was good.
Yeah. Oh, very
That's
good.
like that.
Very similar to The Whale if you think about it.
That's a power three. I got to give it to him. I was like surprised almost.
Yeah.
That was how Birdman came out, because I didn't know what to expect, but it was really good. I liked it.
Me too.
What did you think about the Lady Gaga performance?
The musical performances were the worst part of the Oscars. Oh yeah. Lady Gaga she was good.
The strip down.
Rihanna was good, but the songs are like, they're okay, they're not anything spectacular.
Right.
And
Heard Lenny's Kravitz was
that was cool.
that was kind of people didn't. Well, the reviews said it would seem anticlimactic from what people were saying.
I guess. I mean, it was the in memorandum or memorandum. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of I don't really care because it's like for dead people, you know. So it's like you don't want to judge it too much.
Yeah.
But David Byrne and some other girl did the Everything Everywhere at Once song performance with the hot dog fingers. That was like an atrocious performance. It was really bad.
It's good seeing the highlights like that because you don't have to take it all in. Did you watch the whole performance?
Yeah, I watched the whole I watched everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal to me, especially when I watched every movie except for Women Talking, which, okay, let me get into some stuff. Women Talking wins Best Adapted Screenplay. I forgot her name, but I was like, who? Wait, I know who that is. That's crazy. Have you ever seen the Dawn of the Dead remake?
Yeah.
She's the like blonde star of it, the lead role.
Okay.
She, I guess, quit acting and became a screenwriter.
Really?
Yeah, and she did a very good job. I mean, she won a fucking Oscar.
What's her name?
You have to look it up, but she's in Dawn of the Dead, and then I feel like she was like in one other TV show.
Was she like the main?
Yeah, long, straight blonde hair. Almost looks like Uma Thurman.
Okay. It's my girl.
So she won over Top Gun. Top Gun only took away Best Sound Effects. What's his name?
I think you got delay on this time.
We Kiwi Short Round from Indiana Jones won Best Supporting Actor. That was great. That's how we kind of started the Oscars, and he just like gave this powerful speech. He's like, dreams are real, believe in your dreams, and he's just so passionate and like happy. That was beautiful. I was like tearing up. I mean, it really was. He thanked his wife, and I mean that really got the night going. And then Jamie Lee Curtis wins Best Supporting Actress, and I thought that was bullshit. I thought she was the weakest person in the category. Angela Bassett was visually upset.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. She had no react. Everybody clapped except for her.
Damn.
And
I love Angela Bassett too. You remember what we were talking about on the last pod, right? The Gills Award. We said this is the award that really counts because she got awards at that one. Quinta Bronson racked up at that one.
Okay, I kind of got something going.
But that's why I feel that the Gills. That's why I watch the Gills over the Oscars because I feel like that's just to me. I like that one better. I will watch a Sundance Award Festival. I'll watch a Gills over an Oscar for me personally.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Well, I think a lot of people in the Oscars are not actually. They're not watching these movies. They're looking at the names, like Jamie Lee Curtis. I think it was one of those consolation. Oh, we didn't give it to you for, I don't know, Wanda the Fish or A Fish Called Wanda or something. That might be the name of the episode. But I thought Hong Chow was going to win that for The Whale. I thought she did really great. And then Stephanie Sue, who was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once, at least should have gotten it because she was better. She had more material and things to work with. I mean, whatever. Jamie Lee Curtis, good for you. She's kind of corny, but she is a ball of positivity.
I wish they would stop with Halloween. She keeps.
Oh, well, I think it's over now. The trilogy's over.
Damn,
yeah. But she's been doing her thing. Whatever. Moving on from that. What is it called? All Quiet on the Western Front. Best international film. Best, I think, editing. Best cinematography. That kind of cleaned up. I thought it was pretty good, but I remember when I reviewed it, I was saying that like 1917 or whatever it was called was like
that was you. It kind
of stood on the shoulders of that movie. It literally looked very similar. So I don't know. I thought Tar was going to win best cinematography. I don't know if any, or Babylon maybe, but I don't know if any movie really was like spectacular. Robert Deakins, one of the, is it Roger or Robert? I think it's Roger Deakins. sorry I disrespected the king of cinematography, said the best movie for cinematography this year was not nominated, which was The Batman. And so I don't know if anything stood out this year for that. Okay, getting into Best Actress, Michelle Yeoh wins, first Asian to win.
Hell yeah.
She was badass.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
She's been great on this whole tour. That was amazing. And then Brendan Fraser wins, and he gives a speech, he had a moment to give like an incredible speech, and he just decided to include like nautical terms. He's like, I had to swim to the depths of my emotions, into the belly of the whale. It like just constantly, yes. And now I'm about to let my blowhole fly. No, he didn't say that.
I was saying, did he lose you during the speech? Where you're like, bro, you're just you're going too far with this.
It went from me like tearing up to being like, come on, man.
That's how I felt when I saw him do the ZAG Awards on when your favorite show, White Lotus, got the award. I was like,
yeah,
this dude is someone should have chilled him out on his speech. Yeah, that's
and so he won, and then it was at a certain point in that movie, The Whale also won Best Makeup, which I think it deserved. But at a certain point, after Everything Everywhere All at Once wins like Best Screenplay, Best Supporting Actors, both Best Supporting Actors, Best Actress, it's like, okay, this is gonna win Best Director, Best Picture. Yeah. It's just too once that snowball kept rolling. And when it won Best Directors, it was cool, and then you just knew it was going to win Best Picture. My only gripes with the Oscars was it's the makeup department and the visual effects department. Avatar won Best Visual Effects, rightfully so, because it fucking, created new technology, and it looked fucking light years ahead of every other CGI movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But anytime these guys get on stage, they cut off the makeup people. They cut off the visual effects people. It's like, yo, these are the people who don't get any spotlight, any screen time ever.
Okay, man.
You look at any other actor, actress, they've been on a whole run. I'm sick of seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once, winning awards and announcing. I mean, at this point,
Tell us how
what I mean?
You really feel.
And I'm just like, why are y'all cutting off the small people? It's so elitist. It's bullshit. It's like, come on, these are the real people working behind the cameras who do not get the respect that they deserve, or probably the pay they deserve. I'm sure they're paid well, but not like an actor.
Right.
And then you cut them off. And like you hear the crowd like kind of be like, oh, after they get, once the music plays, they cut that mic.
They're so reckless and heartless with that.
And so that was kind of like fucked up.
Yeah.
And I know the whole Oscars are elitist, but it's like even the makeup artists are like probably, way ahead of any other makeup artist. But still though, it's like this is their moment to like have attention on them. The whole world watching them, not the whole world, but whatever. But they just cut these people off, and that wasn't great. And then last but not least, Jimmy Kimmel, who you hate, I think did a good job. And I'm not a big fan of his, but he roasted, and his writing team roasted Will Smith to pieces, and which is a good thing for Will Smith. You gotta tear down to come back.
Yeah.
Also, he got 0 nominations for Emancipation as well.
Yeah, I didn't even click it. I wasn't even going to click that.
And then Tom Cruise didn't even show up. James Cameron.
I know. It had a title like, Where is Tom Cruise?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a great Oscars. It really was reminiscent of the Parasite 2019, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think 1917 was in that as well. Pardon me if I pronounced anybody's names wrong or anything like that. The Oscars, I'm going to give it, I think it was a forced white, if you ask me.
Oh, I thought you had it too. I was like, look at him. He figured it out. Oh, what? There it is. Look at
this
that.
Shit is
the
so
comeback.
Fucked up.
It's the comeback. Just
like Brendan Fraser. It's Brendan Fraser. That's how they say it.
Oh, okay.
That's how you say it. Not Fraser.
Not Fraser, like the show.
Crane.
Yeah.
Fraser, which I did not know. I don't know what's going on with this shit, y'all.
Hey, it's okay, man.
I might be able to fix it at some point. Anyway, moving on. Well, that worked.
Ooh.
If I keep it simple, I think it'll work. Next up, we have Marlon Wayans.
God Loves Me.
God Loves Me.
Now, this special is kind of weird because, as we know, Chris Rock did his special on Netflix maybe like a week ago, but Marlon Wayans decided to do his 3 days prior to Chris Rock.
Did he really do it 3 days prior? How do you know?
Well, I'm getting this from Decider.com. I read this article last night so I could be prepared to deliver this. And so, yeah, I got it from Decider.com. So, yeah, so he delivered this special, I want to say, I read it. I don't have my highlights here, but I want to say it was 3 days before Chris Rock's special, and it was based on pretty much The Slap. His comedy sketch was based on how he had a personal experience with Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, and Chris Rock. Now, the thing about this special that I took away from it is that the relationships he had with each of these people. Now, the release, I want to say, was definitely jockeying, trying to get a little bit of attention before Chris Rock's release because it was in Atlanta, just like Chris Rock was.
Yeah.
So it was based off his comedy career, which I guess Chris Rock apparently ruined it in a very young stage of Marlon Wayans' career. So his whole, I don't want to give so much away about the comedy special, but I feel like if I don't say some things about it, I'll just give you the one relationship with him and Chris Rock because he bases the whole comedy sketch off the relationships. So supposedly, if you've ever seen the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, the Chris Rock plays the rib guy. How much can I get for some ribs?
Yeah.
I got, what if we just put the soda in my hand? I also have Shaft. We have so many features in that. Jim Brown, famous quarterback from the Cleveland Browns. Anyways, that was supposed to be Marlon Wayans' part.
Okay.
But he couldn't make it to the
Because it was like a Wayans brother movie.
Yeah, he couldn't make it to the film
older one
because he was in school. So, lo and behold, Chris Rock steps in and plays that role. Boom, Chris Rock jumps from that role, as you know, like
what?
There's one of his Chris Rock, that was one of his like premier roles was
really?
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Yeah, because before that it was he played Pookie in fucking with Wesley Snipes and I can't remember the movie right now, it'll come back to me. But yeah, so that was like one of his very beginning roles. Just
what was that movie? The Carter. I mean, that's the drug. Building.
No, like the building. Yeah, it's like I can't remember Nino Brown and all that. Yeah, that's gonna kill me because I'm thinking about it as I'm talking about.
Son of a bitch.
But that was Chris Rock's one of his first films, right? He got in there, and then Marlon Wayans' only thing that you could put him in is in the scene where Superfly's walking with the goldfish on his feet. And it breaks. And you see the guys in the background going like, "Ooh!" And Marlon Wayans is playing one of the actors. So he's like, he's upset.
That's
right?
bullshit.
So he's like, "Dang!" His first thing with Chris Rock, right? So he's like, "All right,
that's
whatever."
Bullshit.
So he has one of his like first stand-ups, and like this is at like Chris Rock's comes and shows up, and he's blowing up and shit. So he hackles him at the show. He's like, "Yo, who are you? Which Marlon are you?" Tito, Tremaine, like, like making fun of him at the stand-up. And he, like, gets him so flustered that he fucks up his whole set.
Damn.
And he stops doing stand-up. Stops doing stand-up. But it doesn't stop him, of course, because Wayans Brothers, he does movies, of course, but he doesn't do stand-up. So, right. And so, as you notice, Marlon Wayans doesn't get back into stand-up probably like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, he's not even, I never thought of him as a stand-up.
So this is little pieces of it, what you get from it, what you're like, okay, so then he goes to Will Smith. He's like, all the roles he auditioned for, Will Smith got him.
Yeah.
So he's like, all these personal experiences he's had with them, so he's like, God loves me. So this all bases back to the slap, so he's like, I saw Chris Rock get smacked by Will Smith, and I was like, yes!
Yeah,
he was like,
both of them
fucking up. So it's like,
I see.
Parts of me, I was like, oh, he's jockeying the whole, like everybody's trying to profit off the slap, but he actually turned it around in a very sophisticated way.
Yeah.
So he moves on.
He felt vindicated watching them
God
make fools
loves
of themselves.
Me. Yeah. God loves me. He kept saying that. God loves me.
Okay,
right?
God does love you, but you also, you had to dress up as a white girl in a movie.
So like
and
he's
white
talking about
girls.
all the roles that Will Smith like he was going for, and Will Smith ended up getting him.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so he's just kind
God
of
loves
like,
me.
damn, then he's like, he admits he had a crush on Jada Pinkett in his stand-up, but then at the same time saying that she's the cutest boy you've ever met. You know what I'm saying? So he throws little cracks out there. He even says like,
They're just getting roasted to pieces.
bro, like, so, he's calling Chris Rock a skinny crackhead voice at the time because he's mad how Chris Rock popped from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, because he's like, what the fuck, this skinny crackhead, pulls up, and now he's like the funniest dude on earth, and you like think he's like, look at him, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. He's like, come on, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, how did y'all, so he's like getting all this out. So I'm not going to go into it any much more, but I watched the whole thing, and I'm going to give it a 3. Just a regular 3 swipe.
Okay, let's see if this works, yo.
So, yes.
Thank you. Woo!
The pod gods love us.
Pod gods love us. All right.
He even brings up the T.I. that he's like, all y'all want to come to comedy just to see us fail. That's why y'all buy these tickets, He's like, just goes on this whole rant. So,
well, not to see you fail, but to see you perform and possibly fail.
Possibly fail.
You know what I mean? That adds to the pressure.
So I would watch it. It's worth the watch.
Well, it's 3 swipe.
Yeah.
That's
some
watch.
people might not like Marlon Wayans though. You know what I mean? It might be deterred.
I'll watch it now
what I'm
because
saying?
I saw it too, and I thought he does stand up.
Yeah.
I mean, I love him.
Yeah.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high
five, even though you're not white. But hey, we can roll with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sorry.
Hey, we're good. All right, what we got next? You're an idiot, bro. Okay.
Sorry.
I had to run with it though. Let's go.
I didn't know who Bill Bellamy was. My bad. Anyway, moving on.
You did have to make up for that. My homeboy was like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
All right.
That's why it's funny, self-deprecating.
Yeah,
The Reluctant Traveler. That is what I'm reviewing next.
What is that?
It's on Apple TV with Eugene Levy.
Okay.
Levy.
The Reluctant Traveler.
Have you seen? You know who Eugene Levy is, right?
I'm gonna look him up because Google's free.
He's
Shout out to
but
sis.
he's the dad. I was in the video.
I know you were.
that
I
he's
know.
referencing.
I know. But I'm not gonna act like I
Okay.
do and get caught on the pod.
Yeah,
Anything
caught
like-
in 2K.
Your facial expressions you caught were like amazing. Too.
Okay, but here's the other thing. Okay, I did this little cut. I did the cut, y'all.
Yeah,
I did
no
that.
doubt. Yeah, 'cause I did.
So I made fun of myself. Okay, so y'all can hate all you want, but I am the original hater. Okay,
Yeah,
I want
you
y'all to
did it. Yeah,
understand
you did it
that
yourself.
I'm the
Is that-
original hater.
Not yourself.
Anyway, the Reluctant Traveler, Eugene Levy, he's a dad on American Pie. He's also, he's in
everywhere.
Best in
Everywhere.
Show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's in
Everywhere.
Without a Paddle.
Yeah.
So this show is Apple TV, and this is a running theme we have with Apple TV. They are top notch. They spend money.
They spare no expense.
Yeah, they spend more money than anyone.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it looks amazing. I mean, he goes.
The worst show looks amazing. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, but go ahead. Yeah.
So he goes to all kinds of different countries. He goes to South Africa. He goes to
I did see previews for
Costa
this.
Rica.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to the Maldives, which I honestly never really understood what the Maldives were till I watched this, to be honest. And I mean, even goes to like Salt Lake City, Utah, like in the middle of nowhere. And it's actually one of my favorite episodes, surprisingly, in Tokyo as well. I did not like the Tokyo
Yeah.
episode.
Costa Rica, Finland, Italy, Japan.
Oh, Finland was a cool one.
South Africa.
But here's the thing. The idea behind it is he's a reluctant traveler, and they beat you over the head with it that this guy does not like to travel, and he doesn't like to experience new things or
he's
food.
an actor.
I know, and I think he's hamming it up. But at a certain point, I'm like, bro, Anthony Bourdain could never. Like, it's so disrespectful to the spirit of Anthony Bourdain, who's like goes anywhere, tries
yeah.
anything.
Or Stanley Tucci finding Italy. I'm like, bro, you're Italian.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean, it's just, but it's like the same. I mean, I feel like the same premise, like, damn,
Yeah.
like, like.
Well, but Eugene Levy is like, his whole thing is that like, I don't want to try this. I don't want to try that, you know, and he tries it. Oh, it's good. You know, it's about opening him up. And it gets kind of like,
you feel like he's playing because he's an actor. You know damn well his ass is well cultured.
Yes.
I'm with you. No,
and then
I'm
at one point he's
yeah.
like, golf is my like favorite pastime or whatever. So he gets to golf in Africa. And I didn't realize this. There's like the big five, and it's like I think it's like hippos, rhinos, lions.
Hippos are no joke, bro.
Maybe cheetahs, and then maybe crocodiles. I don't know, but that's like the big five. Oh, elephants.
I was watching Naked and Afraid, and they were fucking by a hippo. They were like,
"Get away! Yeah,
let's keep this moving." I was like,
"Yeah, hippos are super dangerous. Yeah, and they're fast."
Good Lord.
But so he goes golfing on this golf course that has like animals walking on it and shit. You have to be like super careful. Like big animals. Yeah, giraffes.
Wouldn't do it.
But he could barely hit the golf ball.
I thought he said he was his favorite.
That's exactly what I thought.
Oh, it sounds like acting. And
I could tell by his swing. I get And so
production. Hey, we're gonna get you to do this.
And then here's the other thing. He goes and stays in like the nicest hotels on the planet. Like, I mean, they're like 5-star, incredible hotels. The one in the Maldives, he has like a butler and shit, which felt weird. And I'm like, is this just like an advertisement? Because you know the name of the hotels. It's like, it feels like an advertisement for like hotels. You know, it feels like these hotels.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Hey,
come travel at this place.
Yeah. Remember that? What was it called? Brooke Burke. Remember?
Oh yeah.
On E. Yeah. It was like the most boring. It was like your grandparents' version of that. It just felt a little, you know.
I'll be thinking that somebody in this room is selling out.
Just so you know, Mega Podcast is here, and we will also sell our souls for any advertisements such as Hulu, Nike, SB. Just letting you guys know. Thank you.
And that's on God. But at the same time, I would love that job. I would love it because he's just like pampered the whole time and gets to fly in helicopters. I mean, he gets to stay in these crazy saunas in Finland, eat weird meat. He gets to ride on dog sleds. I will give this a 2 swipe.
Oh, wow. Because the ratings on this thing is kind of off the chart. I mean, IMDb's got that thing at a 7.7.
I mean, I just can't stand him at a certain point. Because I've traveled a little bit, and I'm just like...
This is what it wouldn't be like if a show was based off travel.
Well, I'm like, I feel like he's a punk bitch. I feel like, in my brain, I'm like, quit being a little bitch. That's like, my anger, it triggers my anger.
Because you're like, come on, man.
Well, it's like, dude, you are being pampered to the max. To the max.
You're not even experiencing this.
And so many people would like die for this, literally die for this job, you know? And you just are kind of like, oh, I don't want to try sushi, you know, and all this shit. It's like, bruh, quit being a bitch. Like, you're squandering this beautiful opportunity. And I know it's kind of the role he's playing, but I'm not feeling it.
That's why I feel like it's a role, because in everything he plays, he's very reluctant in doing anything. He's always like apprehensive. So I'm thinking they're just going to roll with that.
Yeah. And he keeps saying, he says his son likes to do all this stuff. And it's just like, I just don't believe it. And so, it just, in my brain, I'm just like, quit being a punk bitch.
Did you finish all of it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Wow.
Well, it's beautiful. Like, like Apple just, it's stunning. You know, best cameras. I mean, these locations are crazy, the setups. But he just is a big old fucking complainer. And it's just like, quit fucking complaining. Next up, we have Hart. This might be a complainer.
Oh, gosh. John Travolta. I'm swiping his performance right off rip. 1.
John Travolta's in it?
1. It was bad. I'm talking about, I've never seen John Travolta this low, this bad.
He was at the Oscars. Got a great beard on him.
I mean,
great beard.
I'm going off ratings right off rip. 50% on Rotten Tomato. I mean, 3 out of 5 back to the movies rating. We got 2 out of 5 on Common Sense and Media. Okay. I mean, it's essentially Kevin Hart self-deprecating self for the whole movie, as usual.
Yeah.
He's mad because he's tired of playing funny roles. He wants to be taken serious as an action.
Wait, what do you mean? In the show?
In this movie, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
which is...
He's like, and they're playing, I mean, just kind of based off his real, like, they're like, yeah, how are you and The Rock doing? He's like, yeah, you know, we got a little, you know, camaraderie when we work together. And, you know, so he's like, I'm just trying to find something new, different. You know, I'm trying to be an action hero. You know, that's the premise of this.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not done very well.
Horrible.
Yeah, no, it's horrible.
Yeah, sounds like something I never want to
He
watch.
goes to John Travolta's school, which he's supposed to be an acting teacher, and he's taught like Matt Damon how to be Born Supremacy.
Okay,
He was like, you know, remember Matt before Born Supremacy? And it's kind of a slideshow. It was kind of funny, low key. The guy had dissed his
talented
ass. The guy had
Mr.
dissed his
Ripley.
ass. It was like, you remember Matt Damon before Born? And Matt. Kevin Hart and John were like, what? Who?
Okay, don't. Okay, wait up.
And they dissed him hard. They were like, oh, damn. He was a $1.15. I mean, if you think about it, it's realistic. Remember the movie he did with Denzel Washington, and he was in the military, and they did like even our old girl was in this. Hold on.
My old girl.
Yeah, hold on. You're gonna be like, I don't even know if you've even seen this. It's a throwback movie.
A throwback.
Hold on, let me find it. But anyways, so he's like in this school for acting as trying to be an action hero, and John Travolta is the teacher. And there's like, of course, an underground plot that's going on with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Courage Under Fire. Woo,
Courage Under
throwback.
Fire.
You remember that?
No, not
Got
at all.
Meg Ryan in there. Denzel Washington, Luke Diamond Phillip.
Okay.
So Matt Damon was like a $1.15 in this movie, like literally skinny as hell.
Yeah.
So when they made the reference, it was kind of like, I remember Matt Damon before the whole Born Supremacy.
Yeah.
That dude wasn't no action star prior to.
Yeah, as a 22-year-old.
So like, you know, he's like, Josh Hartnett is in. He's like, remember Josh Hart? I'll tell you. And he makes a little promo in there and stuff. It's just Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart. It's a two swiper. It's just a plain two. Like, you got laundry to do? Throw it on.
Okay.
If you want to skip it, skip it. It's sitting on the front
I'm gonna have to say next.
Amazon Prime right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sitting there. One of the, you know, top movies. It's just like, you got something to do. I was doing homework while I watched this.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to just kind of look away and just listen to it because nothing is kind of exciting going on.
Yeah.
It's got my English British girl from Fast and the Furious in there. I'm going to try to get her name right.
English British girl from Fast and
She kind of joined the series later on.
Helen Mirren?
She was in that vampire movie that I was telling you we reviewed earlier on Netflix, and it was kind of bad.
The Invitation?
Yeah. I'm trying to get her name real quick.
Invitation.
But the ratings was, Natalie Emmanuel.
Natalie Emmanuel.
Yeah. She was in, like I said, she's like the new British girl in all the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
She was
like,
in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like.
She was Khaleesi's, like, little second hand.
And it had the AT&T girl in there. The new, what's her face? Leah. She's right there. The
With
18th
Italian
girl.
last name. Yeah, Ventra. Milana.
Yeah, she was playing like
Milana Ventra.
like a over the top news, not news, but like Kathy and Regis. She was like one of those shows and interviewing Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
she was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she was only in there for like, I see she's trying to break into the acting game.
Well, she was also in that other movie.
Jexy? No, not Jexy.
No, I can't remember, but it was like something by night, but it was like a werewolf by night.
Oh yeah, we watched. Yeah. So I think she's trying to like get out of the AT&T, but she's stuck in that AT&T role. I don't think she's going to be able to break out of that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fine though. She's going to be rich.
Yeah. So, you know, Kevin Hart, Natalie Emmanuel, Josh Harden. So it had like your typical stars in there.
Yeah.
Gene Reno, I think that's his name, from Assassin.
From The Professional.
Yeah. He's the producer, so they shoot the movie at Kevin Hart's vulnerable, so they make him they shoot it's like Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Right? So they hide all these cameras.
Yeah.
to get like the best action scenes from Kevin Hart because they're trying to make him an action.
Yeah, this
star.
sounds awful.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Enough of this.
I'm sorry, Kevin. Like, I don't know why he even decided. And it came out in 23, so like this is a new release. So it's kind of weird. Yeah. It's so weird.
Okay, well, moving on. We're
John
not.
Cena. I mean, it's just,
we're done with this one.
Yeah.
We gotta get moving.
It's pretty bad.
Wait, did you swipe it? Oh yeah, we swiped.
Yeah.
Two swipe.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, real quick, I want to talk. I just checked. Ted Lasso, new season. I have been catching up. That's your show, right?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
So, new episode drops yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We were recording on Tuesday. It drops on Wednesday, March 15th. So, new episode drops. I've been watching it. I think it's pretty good with the Hart part and the acting. It reminds me of Shrinking. I think you would like Shrinking if you like Ted Lasso. Apple seems to kind of have this formula. Also, their intro music is terrible. Like if you watch Shrinking's intro music and Ted Lasso's, it's just like it's very like 90s, like down, like Friends type shit. But the show's got a lot of heart. It's great. It's just as somebody who grew up playing soccer, watching soccer my whole life, it makes me cringe a lot. A lot of the soccer content. Like there's this guy's like football is life.
Did he kick the dog yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Football is death. And then also therapy. Therapy is so hot right now.
It's a head of its time show. I like it. So I mean,
but he's like, is it though? He's supposed to be like that. Football's life is clearly he's Mexican. He's from Guadalajara, but I think he's supposed to be like Ronaldinho. You know, he's always Ronaldinho is always like Joga Bonita. But
I like it. I think it's got character.
Yeah, and then Ted Lasso. I mean, honestly, I have a similar reaction to Ted Lasso to the people in the show who deal with him as well, which is like, I'm like, this guy's so fucking corny and all that, but it's who he is, and so you eventually
He's
love
like
it.
an American coach. That's what the whole point. No. Yeah, it is. He's literally an
Nick
American.
Saban is nothing like Ted Lasso. Sean Payton is not like Ted Lasso. Coach
yes, he is, bro. These are these dudes
not
that
like
coach.
Ted Lasso.
He's a football coach trying to coach an English soccer team. That's the whole point. He's using his American coaching ways in a European setting, and that's why they're having a hard time listening to him. And I mean, that's obvious. They're taking those same methodologies that they use in football, soccer, basketball, and them same techniques, and he's trying to apply those, and they're kind of like, what? And that's why the trainer comes up in the second season, because he's the actually smart guy who becomes the actual coach in the further season.
Okay. So thank you for spoiling Dana. You got to stop with the spoilers, because now you just spoiled it for me.
You don't even know how it happens. It doesn't even know how it happens. All I'm saying is you're missing the correlation.
You gotta quit spoiling stuff.
You gotta. There's more to it than you're breaking it down. You're making it seem like
you're just not. You're not listening. I completely agree with that, and that's obvious. I'm just saying his attitude.
What happy? Geriatric, happy about life.
Yeah, that is not a common football coach's mentality.
But they're not always. You're just assuming that every coach is like, yeah, man, get back to work. Hey, run that suicide. It's not. I mean,
that's led Tasso.
What? That's what the But he's not. He's not aggressive.
Led Tasso. Remember, he does the Led Tasso.
He gets in switching his, but because he's so nice and he's so passive,
but
and people think he's saying he's so nice. But you're in a situation that is so uncomfortable. Like he's literally in a whole nother.
And he's very positive.
And he's trying to be positive in a sport that's very emotional. As you can see, and as at the local bar, when the team that he's coaching is very like.
But that's how every sport is.
You know what I'm saying?
You're going to tell me Eagles fans aren't as emotional as Man City fans?
Well, no, I think soccer fans, European soccer fans, it's a way harder and emotional. They have riots, they fight. I mean, it's a little bit more intense over there.
So do hockey fans. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're trying to compare a European match like Barcelona and Real Madrid that could possibly break out in a riot between fans.
I've been to a Barcelona.
I'm just saying
that won't happen. Barcelona fans are very subdued.
Even if that doesn't happen, I've definitely seen soccer matches
Yeah,
go a little bit more
ultras.
crazy than an American fight. The Rumble at the Palace compared to like a fight that's happened in European that they get on the field, smoke. Like,
It depends
it's a little different.
It depends. I mean, it really depends. I mean, in Bosnia, yes, you know what I mean, or Turkey maybe, but I don't know. EPL, yeah, I'm sure they have some. You know,
Yeah, I just feel like they're opposite spectrums of American sports and European sports. We have different types of emotions in them. That's all I'm saying, and I
that's
think,
fine.
and I just think that Ted Lasso's bringing that, like, you know, they lose a lot.
Well, yeah,
like, you know what I'm
suck.
saying? So it's like, how do you, you know, like hard, and when a team that loses a lot and you try to coach them up hard, you're not going to get the best out of a team. And I think he's just trying to bring like, look, we gotta.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think that's
the whole premise is they're supposed to lose. Like that's why he's there.
But he's like winning over people little by little. Like even the person that owns the team, you know, it's like slowly, you know, his Americanized ways of being nice and bringing her something every day. It's just like starting to slowly have a small effect on the team. And I feel like that's where he brings that like Ted Lasso of like his originality.
Yeah, the cookies.
Like, you know, I don't know if it's like him being his Texas, because I feel like he's bringing like
he's
Texas.
From Kansas.
Yeah, our Kansas, like a happy, like, you know, we do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this is how, you know. So I'm just taking that from when every time he has a little character like that, and they're kind of always looking at him like,
well, he's just positive.
Yeah.
He's
that's
really
what
positive.
I love about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what I love about it. He's like, and when he gets that dick thing, like you said, it was kind of like,
well, it was the idea was like the Watchmen, which is like, I'm gonna be mean so people don't like this guy. I mean, they'll take their anger out on me and they'll unite by being mad at me. But
like when our coach gets a tech and gets injected, hoping that the players will play harder now that the coach is gone.
Exactly.
Right.
So it was a tactic. I mean, it's good. It's just, it's a little silly at times, but it's a heartwarming show.
I think he is a little silly. That's the whole point. I think that's why his wife, you know, if you're watching the show, it's
okay,
like,
yes, they have issues.
The series has been out for so long. I know I'm trying not to spoil it, but I'm like, in order to get very into the show and like bring more girth to it, you know,
nice word. Yes.
You have to sit.
Can you give me some of that? All right. So it drops. Yeah, y'all catch up. It's the type of show. The only reason I'm like telling people this is because you can catch up quick.
Oh yeah, because
the episodes are 30 minutes.
I think like the first minute is like even shorter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say like 25. Like,
but it's good. Great characters. I will say a couple of those characters are not fit enough to be on a soccer field. There's one dude.
Oh yeah, the
black light-skinned dude.
He's from Top Boy.
Yeah, is he?
I remember I was trying to tell you that when I was watching Top Boy. I was like, remember Home Dude's from Ted? And you didn't watch Ted Lasso at the time, so you were like, I didn't watch that. And so now that you're,
because he's always like, bro. Yeah, he always says the lines. I'm like, hell yeah.
You're like, yo, that's Top Boy, dude.
But he's thick. Like when they show him, they have a full body shot of him in a soccer uniform. I'm like, there's no soccer professional, especially in the EPL. That thick. It just.
I do think that he was just a good mean for that role of the team player, the enforcer. Whoever, there's always someone like that on a team.
Yeah, he's like the center defensive mid.
Yeah.
Roy Keane is good. I
Roy,
like him.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
I like Roy.
It's a good show. It's
I
cute.
like the girl too.
I can't remember her name. She's like the cute poppy like reality star. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's check it out though. It's worth a watch. Apple TV's #1 show.
They wouldn't even know there was a problem if you like. Damn it.
It worked.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. Next up, we got The Bling Ring.
Yo, I'd never even watched this movie, but I did, of course, watch this Netflix documentary that's based on the movie with those guy like Emma Watson, but these based on Nick, I want to say Prugo. That's his name, Prugo, Nick Prugo, and his friend Rachel Lee, who go around. Essentially, it starts off. Honestly, I think they're from like Calabasas, I want to say, which it's funny because the dude that does they have this guy who's a realtor in California, and whenever time they talk about a different part of California, this guy's like, "Hey, you've made it to this part of LA.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you made it here. You've made it. This
Yeah.
is LA." You know, and then he's like, "Oh, you're in Calabasas. Well, you're almost there. This is the other side of the hill." And he's like,
Yeah.
he's just very eccentric when he's explaining these places, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, breaking down
He's
LA.
breaking down. So these kids, I forgot where they're from. It's like where Hollywood is, and it's like over the mountain. And he's like, over there is where the stars are at. So I think it's Calabasas where it's like
the
over
valley.
Yeah. So him and this girl, they would literally it started off with them driving down roads and just pulling car doors.
Oh, damn.
And like a bunch of rich neighborhoods, and one door was open, and so it went from like taking stuff out of cars to like one time they opened the door in the Porsche and the keys were in there.
Oh, wow.
So they stole a Porsche. So, you know, they're like, whoa, this is easy, right? So they're like, let's try a superstar. So, you know, they look up a star. And this was like, right, 2009. So if you guys know, this was like
Early
celebrity fame started popping off. So they find Paris Hilton. They even had a guy who came up with ParisHilton.com on this. It's crazy, right? So Paris Hilton released that sex tape, came out in like 2009 or something, right? So that's when celebrityism pops off, because she was you don't have to do anything to be I think it's famous, right? Or, you know, a celebrity has an art or a skill that they're known for. Whereas like Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, these are people that are just famous from doing something. Paris Hilton had the sex tape that got released. Then a couple of years later, Kim Kardashian and Ray J had the tape release. So these people were famous off not doing anything of a specialty, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, how are we going to rob a celebrity? So they're like, figure out when they're gone. They look on the internet, blah, 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 blah. Paris Hilton's going to be gone here and here. They go to her house, figure out how to get to her little spot.
Yeah.
They get her a spot, doors open.
Wow.
They rob her. Take bags, cash, coke. They do that about 6 times, bro. She doesn't even report it. And so they're like, he's checking TMZ to see if like anything's popping up, you know? And she's not even reporting it. Like, so they're like, whoa, like either she's like that careless and doesn't notice, or she has so much shit, because they were taking like, I mean, they were saying her house was like essentially a museum. She had pictures on the wall, pillowcases of herself, self-narcissistic of everything in her crib. Like, so they like the free give me bags the company would send her. I mean, they were just taking like everything. Like, so like one of the last heists they did on Paris Hilton, they sent this guy in to go get like all the jewelry and stuff. And that actually got caught, but they didn't know who did it. They just had video, right? Because they were like, they did it so many times that they were like, all right, we want to send someone in there to get like the big stuff. So they still didn't get caught. So they go to Audrey Patry from The Hills, whatever her name is. I can't.
Audrey.
Right there.
What's
Audrey.
her name?
This is like.
Patridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
So they rob her.
Yeah.
They figure out that she's at like an Oscar party. Just figure out that these stars, they figure out where they're going to be, like Oscar night, just like last night. You know, no one's home. Boom.
Yep.
Her house, open.
Damn.
You know, Paris Hilton, after she realized they were breaking in, she locked the door. She hid a key under the doormat.
Oh my God.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Door open.
Damn. All these people got robbed?
All these people got robbed by these Nick Prodro and Rachel Lee.
Damn.
And so it's pretty much based, of course, you've seen the movie come out with Emma Watson. So like, but this documentary is way more better than that movie.
What is it called exactly?
It's called The Real Bling Ring Hollywood Heist.
Okay.
It's really good. I was like, of course, doing homework. I was like, then you just put something on.
Yeah.
And,
one of my college friends is from San Clemente, which is Orange County. Mm-hmm. And he would say that people sleep with like, because they don't really have air conditioning. And so they would sleep with their doors open, their windows open. Doors are always unlocked. Cars are unlocked.
5-6 classic old vintage Rolex watches from Orlando Bloom.
Jesus.
Stole like $10,000 in cash, or $5,000 of cash he had just laying around. Louis Vuitton suitcases.
Yeah.
I mean, they wiped out all these people, you know, so it was just amazing. And none of them served a long time.
Damn.
Because everybody wanted to be famous. It's LA. Yeah. So like the guy who arrested them was actually in the fucking movie. So they had to dismiss some of these cases because.
Yeah. Just
It's LA.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be famous. So it goes to show you, like, cops, attorneys, all just wanted to get their piece of the limelight over this.
Yeah.
And then doing that, they fucked up the criminal case. And somehow, so some of them didn't even have to serve. Like Rachel Lee, which Nick and Rachel were the main two who robbed.
Yeah.
They had, like, accumulated almost 56 years worth of robberies that they had committed. She only served 16 months.
Damn.
You see them?
That's not even real time.
Right.
Yeah.
You think about what they sold whole Porsches, bro. Like literally,
They
Rolexes.
probably had really good money for great lawyers.
So they were selling all this stuff. Like the clothes they were, of course, they were wearing them. So how they found them was on MySpace, flashing in Rolexes and just wearing like Orlando Bloom's hat. And like, so this dude was blatantly blunt because they wanted to be famous. Yeah. So what happened is like they really did get famous from doing all this heist stuff. They made a movie about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a good little.
Okay.
It's a good little.
What are you swiping
piece.
at?
I'm gonna give it a 2.
2?
Yeah. It's just something to watch. You know what I mean? Like.
I hit it. It's just the volume isn't there.
Yeah, because like I didn't think these heists or these Hollywood stars would be so gullible to just leave like their stuff so open. Yeah. Like, damn, like just straight open. He said they stole some coke from Paris Hilton. He was like, this is some of the best coke they've ever had. It was like
the cleanest.
He was like,
cocaine.
Yeah. Paris Hilton coke had some of the best coke she's like they've ever had in their whole life. So it was just like,
yeah, damn.
Is Paris Hilton going to say that she got coke stolen?
No. Yeah, exactly.
You know, or is she going to admit that she's got her house broken into 6 times?
Yeah.
Is that something you want to come out and say? Like Orlando Bloom press charges, that chick Adriana press charges.
Yeah.
So those are how they actually came about. Like Paris Hilton didn't say anything.
Interesting. Yeah. She had too much dirt. And they probably
too
had
much dirt or too much dough or whatever. She just didn't care.
But like, they probably had, that too.
Like,
yeah. Damn.
I mean, she like, if you see in her house, they did the movie in her house.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Oh, the movie actually took place?
They let Paris Hilton let them shoot the movie of the scenes of her house getting robbed.
She's like, she's, an heiress of $1 billion to $1 billion.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's famous. Like, like,
she don't care.
Fame didn't pop until Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian. Like, Paris Hilton was the one. I was watching this. I was like, damn, you're right. Like, this is.
Yeah, well, she was.
Started,
it wasn't. Fame existed, but not for like people who had no
talent.
Reason. To be famous. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
It was like, yo, and I will remember that tape dropping. I'm like, damn, like. And
One night in Paris.
Created ParisHilton.com. It wasn't even Paris Hilton you thought. It was just some dude that just created ParisHilton.com. And then there's where he was like, that's how TMZ guys are. This dude started finding celebrity news. And then boom, TMZ pops
you're talking about Perez Hilton.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I used to go to his website all the time.
There you go. So
that's where you get the celebrity gossip.
And then he was like, yeah, that's how, he's like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but he's like, that's how TMZ kind of followed that.
He was on it. Perez Hilton was on it. Yeah, no, he's a legend of that kind of shit. Okay. Did you swipe it up?
2.
Oh yeah, you couldn't hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
This thing is weird. Like,
but it's a new computer. It's okay.
Well, I just don't. The listeners, y'all won't know this is all happening except for when we talk about it. But this shit's wild. There
we watched some good stuff.
Yeah, there it is.
Got it. Still.
Okay. Second to last up, The Last of Us has wrapped. The season finale was Sunday night. I felt that the season finale was rushed. It just felt really rushed, and it's just crazy because all these shows. I mean, what I'm learning from reviewing shows, especially as they drop week by week, what I would like mentally review them is like a roller coaster, and it usually starts really high and then falls off, like goes down.
Yeah, I know. Like White Lotus, you said that. Yeah,
So it's like, I don't know. Maybe if maybe you want to put your weaker episodes somehow at the beginning, you know what I mean? And then like you want to finish as strong as possible your last like 2 or 3. But the show, I'm not gonna give any spoilers.
Sorry, he's good. He's better at this than me.
But well, I mean, this is like
I haven't watched
super
it,
topical. Yeah, this is. I mean,
but at
like
the same
you
time,
said,
if someone's spoiling it, they say it's based off the game. So if people play this, it's not necessarily.
It is.
Right?
But to me, what they did was they took the game the cutscenes and stuff, the parts that are like more cinematic, and just expanded those into like making the full episode. And then the action parts of the game where you're actually traveling around, you're fighting zombies, they like reduced that to almost nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's like almost no zombies in the whole fucking show at all. Damn. And at times I get it. It's a drama and all this stuff, but it's, as somebody who's played the game, it does feel a little bit like a slap in the face when there's these awesome action set pieces that aren't.
Yeah, because you made it sound like it was so good in the very beginning. I thought there was like tons of zombies and killing and shit. I was like, okay, this might be.
And I knew that they weren't going to make it like a full-on action thriller, and they're going to try to make it like realistic, but at least have the people sneaking around more like there is a zombie threat. They tend to just walk around and be like, oh yeah, like joking around loudly when there could be cannibals, there could be just overall bandits, there could be zombies, just who knows
what the game offers.
Yes, 100%. And so it just felt rushed. And then the finale, I think, when I played the game, it really was awesome, and it was like, wow, that's a very interesting conundrum we have here, and I just feel like the delivery of it in the finale was just not as good as the game, which is crazy.
I had a feeling you were going to come back with that, like it was just because everybody kept hype. I hope yes, everybody kept saying,
because like to me, it's a hammer, like boom, and you're like, oh my god, and then in this, it just felt like it just felt really rushed. The finale just felt wrong. Like it didn't feel like a complete episode. It felt like it was just happening way too fast. I'm like, whoa, calm down. Like I'm like, slow it down. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 3 swipe. I mean,
good.
I still think it's a great show.
Yeah,
but I'm biased because I played the game,
right?
Or like, it's like if you read the book, But I just felt like there was room for improvement. There is going to be a season 2. Bella Ramsey, Ellie was amazing in it. Pedro Pascal as Joel was amazing. Everybody was pretty much amazing,
besides the one that everybody hated. The one lady.
Yes.
The leader. I don't know because I didn't watch
Melanie
it.
Linsky is the actress's name from 2.5 Men and Yellow Jackets and a ton of other shows.
Her, bro. Like, I mean, saying like, they just was like, no one
smash,
liked her.
Smash!
Not in a good way,
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah, she was probably one of the weakest parts of the show. And then they added in some other stuff that I didn't feel was needed either, because there was some time like, you didn't really have to clear that up, just to try to make deeper connections. Sometimes they would just do too much when it came to making it. It's almost like the game was a rough draft and that the show was a final draft. Whereas,
way to put it,
and it's like sometimes I felt like they should have just left things the way they were. But I mean, is it the greatest video game adaptation of all time? Yeah. If we're not talking about Mortal Kombat, because I mean that is the GOAT.
That is the GOAT.
But I would probably say yeah. So I mean, fuck it. I'm gonna watch it again. I know when the new season comes out, I'm gonna watch them all again. Episode 3 is legendary. Episode 5 was really good as well. Y'all are watching it, I'm sure. But that is my review. 3
Maybe I'll
swipes
watch it now
on The Last of Us.
Over. I can watch it.
You can crank it out.
Yeah.
All right. And last up, we have The Colony.
It's a quick one. Climate change, pandemic. Oh no, this doesn't sound promising. War. When Earth becomes inhabitable, the ruling elite escape to a settler called Kepler 209. Right. So Earth is not working, so they go up into the spaceship. But when they're in the spaceship, they become infertile, like where this planet's at, where they're at. So they can't have babies anymore. So they send Ulysses, that's the name of the first ship they send back to planet Earth, but it crashes. Okay. So they send Ulysses 2, which they goes to land back to Earth and it crashes. And they find that people actually survived this, pandemic, that climate change that happened on Earth. It is shot amazingly well on Netflix. This is another one where cinematography is amazing.
Yeah.
The concept, awesome. The follow through and the ending, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a movie, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's a movie because there's a lot of things called The Colony, so it's kind of a lot of things are going to pop up.
What's weird is it has 2 names. It's also called Tides.
That's so weird. I saw the same thing too, and I was like, "Is that the same?" But it has the same logo for The Colony. Yeah. So they land, and they're just essentially trying to figure out if they can be fertile. And once they land, they realize that people have babies there, and they're like, "Whoa." Because on the planet they're at, they're not able to have babies anymore. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm on a giveaway, but
there's like 3 movies called The Colony. By the way.
I watched all of them. I've seen the one which has my homeboy from Lost originally in it. That is like a straight up power 3 swipe.
That guy?
No, not that one. It's also like a post-apocalyptic type of thing, but it's not it. Hold on, let me find it.
Maybe there's 4 colonies.
It's really good. If you haven't seen this one,
which one?
The one that I'm about to show you, because this one's not on Netflix. I think this one's on Hulu. Okay. I think I first watched this one on, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember when did I watch this one. But anyways, this one's I want to say it's between a 2 and a 3. It's on Netflix. It's kind of long. But it's worth your watch. If you like really good cinematography, Netflix is doing this. They're doing their thing. It's short. It's not short. I just think it's good. I still think it's good. Even though I gave it between a 2 and a 3, I think it's a must watch. I think people will enjoy watching this movie.
Okay, we're going to go out on the song. It's called Negro Spiritual.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, sorry. I know. I was like, damn. Why did it have to be called that? It's JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. Why?
You even said it skeptical too. You're like, this one's called
Yeah, here we go. Let it rip. But
oh gosh,
Jesus Christ!
You know what, you said it right. Like if you would have just said it, it would have just been like natural, right? Yeah. But then you were like, yeah, this one's called.
I made sure I enunciated properly. Yeah.
Grow.
Hey, Dude, try not to get canceled out here.
God, you got me dying.
Or punched in the face. JPEG Mafia, Danny Brown, they're doing a joint album together. I love both of those artists.
Brown? He was like hot back in the day, real hot.
He's doing well now with his podcast, actually. Mm-hmm. It's really funny. But I think this album's going to be good. The song is kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about the song, which it's playing right now.
Yo, shout out to all of our listeners and all of our followers. Thank you guys for being so interactive with us on IG. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in, because the plays keep going up. I mean, you guys hook it up, man. You guys are the best. Keep it up.
And that's the show. See you next time.
We appreciate you.
Love you.
I got a lot of work to do on this episode. A lot of editing.
A lot of laughing too, man. I think I laughed, died hard like twice.
The girth line?
Oh gosh, that caught me off guard. I don't know why, but
I do. That show's funny.